Hello guys, welcome to 𝐒𝐲 UK. So you're interested in upgrading your Windows 10 system to Windows 11 for free. There are just a few steps required in order for you to be able to upgrade your PC from Windows 10 to Windows 11. The first step, of course, is to check whether or not your PC and Windows 10 version is actually compatible to run Windows 11 at all. You can do this by downloading the Microsoft System Health Check app, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. One of the most likely issues people are going to face during this process is finding that they lack TPM 2.0. It's very possible that you actually have TPM 2.0 available on your system, but it just hasn't been activated. I'll explain more about this in a moment, but first, if you decide to upgrade to Windows 11, I highly recommend that you back up your sensitive and important files. By default, Windows say, or Microsoft say, that all of your files and data will be transferred over, but how many times have we heard that? And how many times has it gone wrong for you in the past? Always better to back up if you can. So you've got a little bit of time still to find a solution to back up. So I highly recommend you jump on that and get it done sooner rather than later if you're looking to upgrade to Windows 11. Or if you're smart, you're going to wait until everybody else does and see how well it goes. Following an announcement in June, Microsoft acknowledged that they missed an opportunity to provide clarity and accuracy through the PC Health Check app. Today, we are also simultaneously releasing versions that support 64-bit Windows, 32-bit Windows, Windows on ARM, and Windows 10 in S mode PCs to Windows Insiders. Windows Insiders can provide feedback on the PC Health Check app by going to feedback objects, blah, blah, blah. Support for Windows 10 will continue right through till October 14th, 2025, and they recently announced that the next feature update to Windows 10 is coming later this year. Whatever you decide to do, they're committed to supporting us and offering us choice in our computing journey. If you want to see the full 11 Windows system requirements, you can visit this page. These are the current system requirements for a Windows 11 PC. If your PC does not meet these requirements, you'll need to upgrade in order to get access to Windows 11. So you're going to need to open a web browser tab and type in the following. There is a link in the description as well if you want to use that. There you will be able to download the Download PC Health Check app by clicking on the link of the same name, and once you have done that, you can simply run it. You should see this screen, but obviously the details will be different because it will be looking at your PC and not at my PC. Click on the blue Check Now button and the software will check your PC status to see if you can upgrade to Windows 11 for free. If you can and all is good, then great, you're in a wonderful position, and I'll explain how you can update to Windows 11 at the end of this video. But this is also where you might run into the problem where you become alerted to the fact that you have a TPM 2.0 failure notice. If you do, then simply open the Windows menu and type in TPM. It should provide you a link to the Security tab, as shown here. Open the Security tab and click on Core Isolation Details. Now what you'll see there is virtualization-based security protects the core parts of your device. That is effectively what TPM is. There's a whole technical side of TPM which I won't bother going into now, but if you're interested in learning more about it, let me know in the comments section and I'll make sure to address it with a bit more detail. So progress on, click on that link, and that will open the next screen which will allow you to technically turn on TPM 2.0 if your system supports it. Now you can see here that I've got a memory integrity option which tells me it prevents attacks from inserting malicious code into high security processes, and I just need to turn that on. But in my situation I don't actually have a TPM 2.0 chip, and down in the right hand corner you can see device security, memory integrity cannot be turned on. Try resolving any incompatibilities with your drivers. You can, if you wish, review the incompatible drivers by clicking on this link, or you can scan again to see if you get a different result, which is highly unlikely. Even if your system does support it, there's a real chance that you still won't be able to activate it due to the incompatible drivers on your system. Now some of the drivers might be a little obscure, but many will just be standard legacy systems that you might not be able to do without. In the list that I was provided, the drivers for hardware devices included Logitech, Cytec, Presonus, which is quite new and manages my mic inputs, and various add-ons for the Stream Deck system and other such devices. So as appealing as Windows 11 might be, I don't really want to be dictated to regarding which devices and systems I can connect to and use on my system. Your mileage might vary. The good news is that there is another quick way to tell if you have TPM 2.0 installed, and that is to open a command prompt and type in tpm.msc. Now, on my system, it says that a compatible TPM cannot be found. Compatible trusted platform module, which is a TPM, cannot be found on this computer. Verify that this computer has a 1.2 TPM or later, and it is turned on in the BIOS. So you're now going to have to go into the BIOS, and if you're worried about that, don't be. As long as you're careful and you only do what you're told to do, you will be perfectly fine. Being redirected to your BIOS to activate the TPM may actually take you in a completely different direction though. There are other non-physical implementations of TPM, such as Intel's PTT, which by default provides you with the same PTT architecture. So, if you open your BIOS and tap Advanced, tap System Setup, and then go into the Security Configuration area, you should see an option there for PTT, which is the Intel Platform Trust Technology, and you'll need to turn that on. Now, my motherboard is a Gigabyte board, which does support PTT, and simply opening the relevant location, which unfortunately will be different for almost every single board, so I recommend you check your motherboard and manual to see if your system supports it and how to turn it on. Once you locate it, literally turn it on or enable it, depending on how you want to say it. Then you can save your settings, reload the PC, and return to the PC health check, and this time it should be smooth sailing. You'll get a big green tick and confirmation that this PC meets with Windows 11 requirements, or not, and if it doesn't, it will tell you why. However, if you're still struggling to even get to this point, then you have two options remaining. One, to check to see if you have FTPM capability. Now, if you've got an AMD board, that's what you'll probably be looking at. Now, I've never seen or used this functionality. I haven't had an AMD board for about 15 years. So unfortunately, you're going to have to do some research on your own. But from the small amount of research that I have done, it does seem to be an AMD implementation, which is very similar in premise, at least, to Intel's PTT. So you should be fine to run with that, and you should get the same result. Alternatively, you can of course buy a compatible TPM 2.0 chipset from your chosen retailer and install it on your board if it has the correct header. Now, you're going to have to check compatibility across the board and see whether or not you can do this. If your PC is, for example, less than 3 years old, I'm 90% sure that you will be able to install a TPM 2.0 chipset. But as always, you will need to refer to your motherboard manual for absolute confirmation. Microsoft do say that the Windows 11 upgrade will be delivered to qualifying devices from late 2021 to the beginning of 2022, so that's pretty soon. Specific timing will vary by device, so they say. So certain features require specific hardware. I'll provide a link to that so that you can check your system against that, or you can just use the PC health check and that will give you the same information effectively. How will you download Windows 11? So you can go to an official Microsoft website source and download the ISO from there, or when ready, when available, Windows 11 should become accessible and available to you within your own system updates in Windows 10. So if Windows 11 is available, it should show up in your upgrade section, and you just need to download and install it from there. You don't need to download an ISO and install it off of your desktop or put it onto a USB drive or a DVD or anything like that. It should just become part of the download option if it's available to you, and if you have been if your system qualifies as being Windows 11 compatible. If you're part of the Windows Insider group, you may get access to it a little bit quicker. One of the benefits of being a Windows Key Insider, but effectively, this is the only thing you need to do. It's a security measure which may get dropped in the next couple of months, but if you go and prepare it now and get yourself lined up and ready, then you should be good to go. Hopefully this video has been helpful for you. If it is, please hit that like button. Don't forget to share it with your friends, subscribe if you'd like to see more, etc, etc, etc. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me, and I'll do my best to answer every question there is. Thanks for watching, take care, till next time, goodbye.